Hi, Patty.
Good afternoon, I guess. Not even morning.
Thanks for being patient with me.
No worries.
I was looking at our last night. I was looking at I think you ran 3 times for selectmen.
Yes.
Was it?
Yeah.
And you won the 3rd one, right?
Correct. Yep.
And I just so happened to be looking at the channel, and I just watched it. It was really good.
That was funny.
With the sound of the church bells, Patty Roggeveen, ladies and gentlemen.
I was trying to explain to my daughters this morning what it was. It's not a minivan. They call it a bus, but it's not really
It used to be a bus. You miss being a selectman?
It's I enjoyed it. But when I realized how much time it was nice having it back, given the fact,
oh gosh,
sure. But I did enjoy it, and so it's hard to say I missed it or I didn't. It's more, life takes different turns and twists, and I certainly couldn't be doing what I'm doing now if I was sitting on the board, and I'm loving what I'm doing now. So it's all good. But I do think it was a good 6 years that I spent there, and I enjoyed it. So,
what do you think of the board now?
I have mixed feelings, and first of all, I'm going to say I don't pay as much attention, which is probably healthy. So,
okay.
But I do think that I've seen members in my own, time on the board that I thought did a lot more in terms of leadership and direction, and I think that's a little bit lacking. But I had the good fortune of serving with people like Brian Chadwick, folks like Alan Reinhardt. I mean, these are guys that still keep giving back. There's no checking out for them. They're still active.
Well, Brian's not here, but
right, but there's
sure
there's a long.
He was good. Yeah.
Definitely good. So I don't, like I said, I know it's a tough job, so I don't like to get too into the mucky muck. So I've been there. I know it's hard. It's not easy to balance a lot of the different concerns.
That is the truth.
And
like you said, you wouldn't be able to do what you're doing now.
No, absolutely not.
And what are you doing now, so people understand that?
Yeah.
How would you define that?
This is. I like to say this is kind of a combination of so many things I've already done on the island. It's like Board of Selectmen plus Dreamland plus community school.
Yeah, it's true. You really have done a lot of
all rolled into
high-profile jobs. What are we looking at? Come on, show us what is going on. Should I go here first?
Yeah, go down here and I'll bring you to the back.
Is this
40.
the front of it, though?
This is the front of it.
Yeah.
And it borders on Lover's Lane. We can go around that way on the other side. Oh my goodness, this must be Scott Bamber.
Oh, are they? They're getting rid of all the old cars?
It must be what he's doing. Those I think are his, though.
Okay.
I don't think they're any of ours, although he's helped us with getting rid of some of ours, so I wouldn't be surprised.
All right, so for those people who are just tuning in, they don't even know what we're doing here. So explain this whole
This is
project.
the former Gwacki property. A lot of people know it that way. I like to say the big field. It goes down a little further on Old South Road, so the frontage doesn't end here. It actually goes on, and it's kind of important because that's where the residential piece will be. This is going to be commercial, a zone commercial, and as we come up on Parcel Plus, in the road splits, we basically have the center. We've sold off some of those lots. They're commercial industrial lots.
Where?
I'll show you when we go.
Okay.
Let's go on.
Go to the right?
Yeah, go down Greg.
Don't take this road, though.
Nope, that brings us back to Lover's Lane.
Yeah.
This particular parcel here, 1, 3, and 5 Gregland, that's where we've had approved from both Planning Board and HDC 6 new apartment units, buildings with 28 units.
Oh, okay.
And we'll be announcing this week the tenants for those units. We were, accepting applications and kind of went through this whole process, and we will be, essentially.
How did that work? How did that whole process work to be accepted?
Well, we did we kind of got the word out, and then folks had to put in a credit reference, and we did credit checks, and it's all very by the book.
But they're not buying these apartments; they're renting.
Rental, brand new rental
28.
units. 28. There's 16 2-bedroom, 8 1-bedroom, 8 studios. The ultimately, they'll be hopefully here before the season begins, believe it or not, even though you're looking at an empty field.
You mean you're going to have these up by the sea? Wow.
Or close to it. But over here, what we've got going on with these apartments is they're going to be on slab, so the site work is cleared to, sort of what was here.
Yeah.
The foundation work will go as soon as we get the permit. We'll get started, and then the buildings themselves are it's not prefab, it's a panel construction, so they kind of come on the boat in panels.
Okay.
And they go together rather quickly. The electric and the plumbing all happens on site, as does the roof. So there is going to be, so it's not stick built, so that's why it's going to be a little faster.
You're actually building the first apartments.
We are.
Basically, right
We
on
are.
the island.
We are.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty exciting, actually. And this is just a start for us.
Do we know how much they
None of this-
cost? How much is it to rent them?
Yeah. And just so I can say that
Yeah.
none of the zoning changed here. So this was never part of the political discussion. That zoning change happened a number of years ago
Oh.
for apartments.
All right.
So we're going to do a studio for $1,250, a one-bedroom for $1,700, and a two-bedroom for $2,250, which is pretty competitive.
Okay.
Like I said, all new fixtures and the like. These lots here, from here on over, we've sold now to a lot of small business, guys that are basically, as you can see, kind of putting themselves, together here.
All
in terms of
along
lots.
here?
Yep. All these lots we've recently sold. But this, we've been cleaning this up. And so now
Yeah.
all of these lots have been taken on by other folks. That pile over there still needs to be taken care of. I do think it doesn't belong to Walter, though, but at any rate. And then the guys have been working to sort of put their own businesses here, and done a great job. Fenced off the area, is very neat and very very organized. And that's the intent here, is to sort of take this up a notch as far as even the industrial pieces. So we will have buildings that have permits, and lots that are well maintained, and not kind of the junkiness that we've sort of had before. This is industrial and will remain industrial. That's 28. There'll be 100 single-family homes and about 250, 60-ish apartments, depending on the site plan, which we're still working on. So the side of the street that's residential, those first apartments are not part of the town meeting discussion, but they are in addition to housing, in terms of the island, but they don't include the affordable units, so to speak, but they're competitively priced, as you can tell. We sold these two lots almost soon after I came on board, and my understanding is the owner is are putting up townhouses here, so a couple of townhouses.
Okay.
So those will be available, and I believe their permits are just about out too. So
All right.
down here, these are our properties too. Currently, we're renting to folks that live in there.
Yes.
And then go ahead to the left.
All right.
Shepley, this corner lot is owned by Kim Gwacki, where Shepley is, and Shepley just bought a parcel from us, so they're moving up by the liquor store area.
All right.
This is ours.
Yeah. What's this going to be?
Right now we're still renting it for industrial, so if anybody's looking for some industrial space, we've tried to stake it out a little bit, and it's going to be much like the center. We'll continue to rent this, and what backs up to those lots that we saw on Gregland, industrial lots, are still industrial lots that we're renting currently to
Well, who owns all
individuals.
this stuff here? Is this Glowacki?
Yeah,
Okay.
just for the short term.
Right. This
Yeah.
is part of the cleanup.
This is part of the cleanup.